Can you hear my dogs barking? I have them locked in the basement and they're still barking and interrupting my Zoom. This is like 2021, 2020, 2021 reality.
I should do that to my family, lock them in the basement.
Well, I will tell you, but my children were also told to stay down there until I called them.
So it looks like we have everybody here and there's nobody waiting to get in. So I'm going to turn this over to Mrs. Levander. Thanks so much for coming tonight and have fun, everyone.
Yes, I'm so happy to be here. I already see a lot of faces that I recognize and maybe some new faces are out there who joined me tonight. Thank you so much. So the book that I chose to read to you guys tonight is called Rufus Goes to School. Hands up if anybody's read this or heard of this story yet. Let me see, I may not be able to see you. Oh, I'm kind of excited that maybe you haven't heard this one. It's a good one. And it made me think, even though we've been in school for a little while now, school's almost over, there's something that Rufus talks about bringing that made me think of us for this week. And I thought, I got to read this about Rufus going to school. So here we go. Rufus Goes to School by Kim Griswold and illustrated by Valerie Gorbachev. You guys see Rufus? Rufus doesn't quite look like us. Let's see. I know you guys are already making predictions as I get started, but here we go. Every day, Rufus Leroy Williams III turned the pages of his favorite book. He looked at every picture. He made up stories to go with them, but he could not read the words. Rufus knew just what to do. He would go to school and learn to read. But first, he needed a backpack. First, he needs that backpack. Early the next morning, Rufus scuttled down the street to school. He peeked through the front door. There he is. Then he trotted down the hall to the principal's office. He was greeted by the principal's secretary. Principal Lippett's secretary knocked on his door. "There's a pig here to see you." Rufus stepped forward. "My name is Rufus Leroy Williams III," he said. "I have a backpack and I am ready for school." The principal shook his head. "No pigs in school." "Why not?" asked Rufus. That principal does not remind me of Mrs. McCormick. "Because pigs track mud in the halls," said Principal Lippett. "They turn their drawings into airplanes. They play leapfrogs in class. And they start food fights in the cafeteria." Oh my goodness. My kindergarten friends that I see in lunch now would never do that. No way. Rufus frowned. "But I have a backpack." "Makes no difference," said Principal Lippett, and he showed Rufus to the door. Rufus Leroy Williams III really wanted to go to school, and he knew just what he needed. A lunchbox! Isn't that what we just started to be able to bring or buy our lunch this week? It was so exciting to stay there all day. This made me think about us. Right before lunchtime, the secretary poked her head into Principal Lippett's office. "The pig is back," she whispered. "My name is Rufus Leroy Williams III," he said. "I have a backpack and a lunchbox. I am ready for school." The principal folded his arms. "No pigs in school." "Why not?" asked Rufus. "Because pigs knock over the block towers," said Principal Lippett, "and hide under the teacher's desk. Pigs draw stick figures on the chalkboard." He waggled his finger at Rufus. And they chase their classmates during recess. Kind of sounds fun. But I have a backpack and a lunchbox, Rufus frowned. Makes no difference, said Principal Lippet, and he waved Rufus right out the door. Rufus Leroy Williams really, really wanted to go to school, and he knew just what he needed: a blanket. Well, we don't really bring blankets to school, even though we may feel pretty tired this week, but we don't do this part. This is just about the story. During nap time, the secretary opened Principal Lippet's door. Sir? Rufus Leroy Williams III pushed past her. I have a backpack, a lunchbox, and a blanket. And now I am really, really ready for school. Principal sighed. I told you, no pigs. Wait, said Rufus. There he is with all his supplies. But the principal just won't budge. I will never blow bubbles in my milk or finger paint my classmates. I will not stand on my head during nap time or leave nose prints on the windows. And I will come to school every day. Are you guys thinking that's gonna work? I see some thumbs up out there. Sorry, the principal shook his head. No pigs in school. He is tough. But I have a backpack, a lunchbox, and a blanket, said Rufus. Is that all? Asked the principal. Rufus frowned. What else could he need for school? I have this. Rufus held up his favorite book. And I want to learn to read it. What do you guys think? If Rufus wants to learn to read, do you think that will be the magic trick for letting him come to school, my readers? Oh, I'm seeing some thumbs up. I love it. Ah, Principal Lippet smiled. That makes a difference. He escorted Rufus out of his office and down the hall. This is Rufus Leroy Williams III, Principal Lippet announced as they entered the classroom, and he will be joining your class. Hooray, shouted the boys and girls. Rufus Leroy Williams III put away his backpack, his lunchbox, his blanket, and his favorite book. He was ready for school. Oh, thank goodness. Rufus loved learning the ABCs, especially the letter P. He loved learning his 1, 2, 3s. He loved lunchtime and even nap time. But Rufus loved story time the most of all. Because it gave him room to dream. Perfect timing for my Goodnight Griffins. I hope after you listen to my story about Rufus, maybe you're going to read another story and get ready for bed and thinking about some dreams of all you can have with all the different stories you guys are reading. You guys were such amazing listeners. Thank you so much for joining and listening to our story about Rufus. Let me check.
That was a great story. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. Don't forget to check the chat, Mrs. Lavander.
I'm checking. Let's see. Nope. Oh, something just popped in.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.